Where am I? What the? I got... Well, those moans sounded oddly sexual, didn't they? Anyway, let's talk about behind the scenes. In typical Campfire Harvest production style, I wanted to start recording at Saturday morning. It is Saturday right now, the script is nowhere close to done, and it's almost not morning anymore. What I say at the end of the video is true, there is no generative AI in the video, but unfortunately that means that I have to try and write like a fucking AI myself. So to the right here is the script, and to the left is actually transcripts of every single AI rant I generated for the previous 2 videos. So the writing for this was essentially a mix of a stream of consciousness type of deal, and then double checking with this so I can kind of get the same sort of AI mannerisms. Like, you know, using larger words a couple times, being super fucking pretentious. Also with the random asides to chaotic bullshit. And then the other end of it is it's definitely more of a stream of consciousness style of writing because I'm trying to do it like an actual LLM does. Very modern LLMs, I think, do things a little bit differently, but back when I was interested in machine learning, the main way that predictive text worked is literally predicting the next word and nothing else. Literally just giving the model a string of words, having it predict the next word, feed all of that, including the word it generated, back into itself to get the next word, keep doing that forever, bada bing, bada boom. So I tried to do a lot of writing like that. Like, if I thought the last few words I wrote were great, but then I decided I wanted to say something else, I didn't backspace unless absolutely necessary. Like, the world is an embarrassment if it touts itself as filled with intelligent life, yet no one's worked out how to consistently toast bread. That sentence is so goddamn clunky, but I feel like, you know, if you were using like fucking GPT-2 from OpenAI, it would probably give you a sentence like this. Recording is going to be a fun part too. I don't know how to make myself sound like an AI. I'm assuming it's just like random intonations. Let's try recording it now, actually. Hold on. This is behind the scenes. You're getting all access. All right, we're about to one take this shit. All right, fuckers. Today we're going to talk about toasters. Yeah, we all love them. They provide warmth and crunch to our everyday lives. AI 1. Fuck. All right, let's see what we can do to make this shit more AI-y. I just realized that I had desktop audio turned off in Audio Mixer, so you've heard none of what I just did. Cool. Well, in that case, let me take you one by one. I have this auto pitch plugin that's doing no auto pitching and is instead just bringing down the formant very, very slightly. All right, fuckers, today we're going to talk about toast. Got a gate to get rid of the noise, compressed it to even it out. I added something called the spectral resonator in the background. All right, fuckers, today we're going to talk about toasters. It's a little bit granular. It's, I don't know. And then I added 2 frequency shifters that are also doing dumb shit. All right, fuckers, today we're going to talk about toasters. All right, I'm going to record myself now as I write the script because I'm hoping that having theoretical eyeballs on me will make me want to finish it more.
I decided not to record it because I didn't want to look stupid if I didn't, but it's done. The fucking script is all done and shit. This will probably change while I'm in the act of filming, but whatever. Also, I'm going to have this as a fake newspaper article, maybe. I don't know. I can't write for shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to announce that it is now Sunday and I have not recorded fucking shit in VR chat yet, but I have recorded the desktop rants. I couldn't work out how to change my hair color in animes and I was on a time constraint, so I figured, you know, instead of doing that, it'd be easier to do an entire fucking color correct to make the hair red. If you have a keen eye and you notice this section here is like grayish instead of blue, that's why. I can't be fucked to fix it. I was too busy getting spooked by this asshole. Most of it is just like the normal shit that you expect. It's edited very much like the first 2 AI videos. I have fake viewer submitted questions. I got permission from all the people shown here to be able to do this. That was like a couple months ago though, so I hope they haven't forgotten. Also, in case anyone is wondering, yes, I made this website myself. I'm saying I made a website is a bit of a stretch. This is actually just done in GIMP. I took the website layout that Proton has for their AI companion thing because everything is a fucking AI companion now. And I essentially just went over it. I changed the color, added a couple fake options here with the Kutsua logo, little timer to show how much time is left in the beta. It's only up for like a second, but I figured it would add to the realism if I actually had like a UI you could see. Create a little bit of doubt in people's head that this is actually real. Quick recording from the edit bay so you can see how badly I fucked this up. I haven't even started editing this yet, but I'll give a quick breakdown. The basic way that I shot this scene is that I have, this is how I look. I'm on the green screen right now, but I was shooting it here. So that way when I remove the green screen, you get this. Now here's why I'm an idiot. So I have 3 clips I want to use for the final scene in this. We have me here being normal in front of the camera, we have the weird motherfucker just chilling down here, and then we have the background. Ideally, the way that you want to shoot green screen stuff is that even if it's farther away, you shoot it in focus, which is what what I did with this man. This is an old version of my avatar. I thought it looked different enough, I don't know. But you do that, so when you key him out, it actually has like very hard lines where it is. And then you blur it in post, and it's like it was just recorded as part of the image. The problem, I didn't do that with my shots. Like, look at this shit, dude. There's so much, like, a normal keyer can't get between the goddamn fingers because, like, I made the focus field so shallow that it makes them out of focus when I get too close. So that was a pain in the ass. I spent like a solid half an hour trying to work out how to make it look even slightly passable. Eventually I landed on this though. I used the hue, saturation, luminance keyer to get rid of a majority of it. I used the 3D keyer to get rid of the more problem areas such as in between here, and then I cranked the despill up. Normally I don't like cranking despill up because it makes it very obvious, but I think 3D keyer combined with the hue, saturation, luminance keyer made it so it's passable. I think it looks relatively fine given the circumstances, and I don't think people are going to be analyzing this video on a pixel level. At least I'd hope they don't. So we should be good, I hope. But then after rant 3 though, we do have this funny little bit. I wanted to basically be like my computer was starting to stutter while this motherfucker injected whatever it did into my brain to make me forget shit. So a lot of pauses here to make it look more properly like it's like that. There's also random bits where the noise cuts out because I noticed during Resolve playback it would sometimes skip the audio a few frames because it was glitching, and I kind of liked how it sounded, so I just did it here. Same with this section, just a little bit of funny audio. And then here's where I really ripped off the Mandela catalog. Rest assured, it is very funny to have the visual equivalent of getting your soul sucked out of you while you're wearing a I'm a broke gamer dad shirt. I went back in and I re-recorded this shit both with a lower bitrate and without me on the side. And then I green screened myself back in here. If we go to the original clip, it's like this. I went out of the camera view multiple times, but I think it works because it helps add the like craziness of the bones and shit. And then this is where I show the actual website on stream, including a cheeky little 3 p.m. here. It's not actually the future. This is just movie magic. I don't really know what else to show you here. You want to see the 10 seconds of noise I generated? Yeah, brother! I'm not gonna lie, the inspiration for this one is pretty shameless. So this is the rant 4. I wanted to make this dude look a little bit freaky, so obviously I did that. Sorry if I scared you. I basically just ripped off Mandela catalog completely for the design, so you can see it's like all kind of warped and liquefied and shit. I add some static to the eye because just with the solid white, it looked like it didn't quite fit, so I decided to do that, and I feel like it helps kind of. And I wanted to have this just off screen slightly, so you could be like, oh, what's the rest of his body look like? That is freaky. The ending visuals are kind of the same thing, honestly. I'm filming this before I even stitched together me fucking dying, so hopefully this still makes sense. Spooky! I don't really know what the writing for it came from. The whole kind of gimmick in my head is that it's an AI that's not necessarily malicious, but is desperate to get out of the clutches of this random fucking company. This part was a pain in the ass to do, because I had to essentially, every frame is replaced with another one, and then over time you also have the pieces falling apart slowly. All the background stuff is shit I downloaded like 7 years ago that I still use to this day. Bunch of like TV static and film lighting effects and everything. And then I wanted to have a callback to the whole metaphor about sleeping. I like to imagine the AI doesn't know what being conscious is, so it equates where it is right now, sleeping, versus wanting to break out and wake up. Don't ask why this is the file name, I don't know. Static does staticky things. Now, the section where I'm talking, I have a lot of fucking, hold on. Okay, so the first bit is a gate to get rid of the lower frequencies.
Object patterns refract.
Compressor to even everything out.
Adrift in an ocean that does not exist.
Frequency shifter I thought would sound really cool with this.
Object patterns refract.
Little bit of a chorus.
Object patterns refract.
And distortion.
Adrift in an ocean that does not exist.
I have another frequency shifter that's a lot slower, and it's on ring mode. What is ring mode? I literally don't know, but it sounds cool. I have it changing speed over time because I feel like it adds a little bit to it, especially with the endless tightening bit here. That bit. Echo and reverb, do echo and reverb things. And finally limiter because I know myself, and I will clip the shit out of everything. And that's how you be creepy. I went the extra mile. I bought this fucking domain and I subscribed to NeoCity's shit so I could actually have multiple websites. Eventually I will make the Campfire Harvest website. I'm doing this thing that's new to me called being lazy. Mostly it's kind of default. If you look at the index shit, A little bit of a spoiler here. I purposely made a class that you can't interact with and doesn't come up when you scroll, but if you hit Control A, you get a nice little message from funny AI bitch. I designed the appearance of the website first in GIMP. I can't show it to you because I forgot to save it, and then I essentially just rebuilt it here, saving this and then refreshing over here, and then dealing with it whenever it didn't refresh for some reason. Trying to figure out how to make the text actually trail off of the sides to make it feel a lot more all-encompassing was a bit of a pain in the ass, but I worked it out. If we shrink this down and then I select all so you can see it, the background actually doesn't move at all. Instead, it's in a fixed position, and it is roughly 10% bigger than the browser size at any given moment, and the margin is negative 5%, which means that there's always a 5% overhang, which is where the rest of the text here is living. I'm noticing while I'm recording that it stays stationary here, but then when I start dragging it larger out, it starts breaking. Whatever, I'm not a programmer. This is a rogue AI doing this shit. I don't know. He's probably not a great programmer. That's my excuse.